Take 6. Oh, what the hell. This is how you came out. What the hell? No, I don't. Well, yeah, I'll take a beer. Yeah, might as well start early. Then that way I'll have something to look forward to. Alright, so here comes the moment of either truth or complete disappointment. Okay, got it cut. It wasn't all that difficult. This aluminum is somewhat like a scalpel if you hit it just right. So that being said, you need to watch out for that. So this is where we're gonna need to do a little trimming per se for it to fit. But this is basically what we're gonna be dealing with here. Once the thing is down, I've got to cut where the battery cable is here. So like I said, bear with me. Hopefully this is interesting. Hopefully it's informative. I am by no means an installer. I can see why places charge what they do. Because if it hadn't been for trying to trace down whatever wiring gremlins we have in this thing, I think I would have paid to have it done. But hey, we're here, so stay tuned. All right. I have a feeling this would probably be better if I came in like this. Holy shit, I wonder if that would work. Alright, just like some of the others, or this last one, probably going to piece this together. And the problem is that the battery cable has a pretty well soldered, welded on connection down there. It would be easy just to pull this out completely, but I don't want to break that connection because it's a piece of plastic that tightens down against. So long story short, I'm going to piece this through with this here and then this here. So this will be interesting. Alright, it's going to be a little time consuming because obviously I keep knocking the camera over. So basically what I'm going to do is, after rearranging this as best as I can, I think it's best if we go this way and bring it up onto the transmission tunnel there, the drive shaft tunnel. So I'm going to have to cut it here where the seat support is. This is obviously the battery cable, and then we still got the wiring harness to deal with. I think once I get one piece installed, it will be a big victory, not only for progress, but for my mental acuity and healthy state of mind. So bear with me. I decided to bite the bullet and take this battery cable off, because now it'll hit the camera. That is awesome. Because otherwise it's gonna look like crap if I try and do this any other way. And while I'm here, I find it hard to believe, and I'll show you this in a little bit. There was a recall on these things. Shit, there's a recall on all of this thing. Every time I turn around there's a recall. But yet nothing ever addresses what we're experiencing. Anyway, the battery cable that was or connects up underneath there from the factory was never tightened or torqued properly, and yet for the amount of amperage that this thing carries, I would have thought that this would have been much tighter, but evidently it isn't, because I was surprised. In fact, if you look at the nut here, it looks like it's only making contact in that one area. I would have thought it was more, but we'll deal with that when we get this done. Mama wants to get her car back together, and I want Mama to have her car back together. The car wants to be back together. I know people talk about that inanimate objects don't have, the hell did I do with them? That inanimate objects don't have minds of their own or whatever, and that's true. I'm not saying this car, although I do think sometimes it is possessed. I don't know, I just find it hard to believe sometimes. Oh crap. Oh no, that didn't do anything. Although I think sometimes it's hard to believe. If I hadn't done that, that'd have been one nice little layer to put on there. Oh well. Nothing like the present to get started. Imagine how toxic, how toxic some of this stuff is when it hits the landfill. I read several reviews online from people that have used this, and they've had nothing but good things to say. There were a few people that were talking about the relative density and molecular stability of 80 mil versus the stuff from Dynamat that is thicker. The part that I really like is the fact that this kit was 65 or $66, I can't remember. If you're really interested in all of that, I will put a link. I am not sponsored. I did not get a discount. We did not receive anything for buying this product. That seems to be a big issue anymore about my personal thought is if someone gets, especially showing it, because it's not like it was back in the day. What the hell, Dale? It's not like it was back in the day, and I say that back in the day like I'm 200 years old, but back in the day when you could read a book and or instructions were pretty self-explanatory. Nowadays, the instructions that came with this were very good. Don't get me wrong. And they also have a link to a video that what the hell did I do? God, what did I do? Yeah, I can only imagine the debacle this would have been if I'd have tried to do this with the battery cable installed. If I would have done that, the next video probably would have been something along the lines of, "Hey, we're at the car dealership, and while I love Mopar, I just think that some of this crap that they've done here recently, it leaves a lot to the imagination as to why. Well, let's see that. Hey, can you hand me that, I don't know where I put it. Let me grab it, because I have no idea where I laid it, so hold on.